Sited just off the Anglesey coastal path near Cemlyn Bay, with no direct road access, the early medieval church stands in a circular lan, or enclosure, which is usually indicative of an extremely early site, but the building which resides there now, despite looking ancient and weather-beaten, largely dates from the 12th and 13th centuries. That is old enough, but not potentially 6th century, which is implied by the site. The church is a simple construction, one of only two on Anglesey to survive in the original cruck construction, of nave, chancel and simple bellcote. Saint Rhydrys is said to have been the son of King Rhydrys of Connaught in Ireland, arriving around 570 AD to build his church here on a promontory facing his homeland. Far from any village, the church has long served the scattered farms of this remote area and now attracts walkers and pilgrims from across the UK. It was first mentioned in the Norwich taxation of 1254. The oldest part of the structure dates from the 12th century, which consists of the nave and rounded doorway. It was granted Grade 2*, listed status on the 12th of May, 1970. The churchyard is surrounded by a rough stone wall, and the silence is broken only by the sound of the waves on the shore beyond the low cliffs. Among the graves in this peaceful place are those of a Norwegian ship's master, drowned near Cemlyn, and a World War II young RAF pilot officer. The tombs are larger than normal in size. Entry to the church is via the round-headed 12th century doorway, which leads into vestibule formed by a screen directly below the gallery at the west end of the nave. Directly opposite the entrance is a large plain cylindrical 12th century font. This stands on a shallow shelf. On the west wall, wooden steps lead up the gallery. The nave has two roof bays, the chancel 3 roof bays, divided by 13th century pointed arch with square responds and plain imposts. The roof timbers are exposed. The nave and chancel have braced and collared 13th century crux. The north blade was exposed when the north chapel was constructed. The easternmost bay over the chancel has a panelled roof with diagonally set tongue and groove panelling. Between chamfered dividers, intersections with Tudor flower bosses. a rare 18th century gallery at the west end of the church, with the inscription and date, MIH Rector TPHS 1776. The Reverend John Hughes was rector from 1755 to 1778. TP and HS were thought to be churchwardens of the time, possibly Thomas Price and Hugh Shadrach. Set in the base of the south wall of the sanctuary is a gravestone to cousins Richard, son of Thomas Price, and Owen, son of Rhys Price. Both died in 1783. Also set in the base of the south wall the grave of Grace, wife of Thomas Price, died 1774.